Hey everybody, it's Miss Hope, and you are in the art room with me. I hope everybody's doing really well. Hey, I'm really sorry that the video on Friday didn't work. I was moving equipment around, and I guess I knocked my tower out, and I didn't realize that my sound wasn't working until I was told by Miss Louisa. So I'm really, really sorry that you guys couldn't watch the video or hear the video, I should say. You could watch it, but you didn't know what I was saying, so it doesn't really do much for you. Anyway, I've got the technical issues worked out today, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to redo that lesson. I'm going to read the book that I had planned for you guys, and we're going to talk about the project that I've already posted up in the Google Classroom site and the Schoology site. So hopefully you guys have had a chance to look that over, and if not, then we're just going to go over it real quick. Also, I want to let you guys know that tomorrow is International Dot Day. That's why we're doing the lesson on the dot, and I will explain a little bit more about what Dot Day is. So, Dot Day is a day of, it's an international day. That means everybody recognizes it. It's an international day where we celebrate creativity. And if we were in the art room, we'd be doing this project here. But since you're home, we're going to modify it a little bit. And so the assignment that I posted for you guys is about thinking how you want to make your mark in the world. So, right now, you guys are all in school and you're learning and you're kind of figuring out what you really are interested in and what you like. Some of you already really know what you want to do when you grow up. I had no idea when I was a kid what I wanted to be. And sometimes I still don't know, but I love teaching art, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm happy with that. But I've been a lot of different things in my careers, in my professional careers and volunteering experience. I've tried a lot of different things out, and this is what I really love to do. So I think I'm going to do it for a long time. But what do you want? And that's what the project is about, is how do you want to make your mark? So it's not just a creative art assignment, it's also something for you to think about in the bigger picture of life. You know, even if you're 7, 8, 9 years old and you're not really, you don't know what the rest of your life is going to be like, but what do you want? What do you think you want to do? How do you think you can make the world a better place? What kinds of things are you interested in? Do you like to invent? Do you like to create? Do you like to cook? Do you like animals? Do you like people and helping people? Are you good at building? You know, what are the things that make you who you are? And that was what we talked about in the Me collage. I wanted you to think about those things. But this is also going to be kind of building off of those ideas of what makes you you. Is now I want you to show me how you're going to make your mark in the world in a picture. So you're going to draw something for me, and you can use pencils, you can use markers, you can use crayons, you can use paint even if you have it, or you can mix all those things together. You can also use collage. So that means that if you've got some magazines still from the last project, you can go ahead and search through those magazines and find images of things that kind of help you figure out what you want to do. But the main idea of this project is for you to draw me a picture of you as the thing that you want to be. So let's say you want to be a chef. You're going to draw me a picture of you as a chef. So um, think about what a chef looks like. What do they wear? Where do they work? What kind of a setting is it? In the background, you can maybe add some kitchen things or some food items that you could either draw or cut out from a magazine. That's up to you. I can't tell you how to be creative. But here's what I am going to urge all of you to do. Please do your own work. Don't let other people do your work for you. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for guidance. It's okay to ask for suggestions. Okay, that's what we would be doing if I were here working with you. I would be helping you with those things too. But I will never ever touch your work. So please, even though you're home, don't let your mom or dad or your brother or your sister or anybody, don't let them do it for you. This is about you, okay? And all of your projects, not just this one, but all of them. They are about you. And you guys know me. I don't care that you make the most perfect painting or the most perfect drawing. That is not what this is about, okay? Art is, in my opinion, art is about you figuring out how to express yourself and communicate to the world through colors, through drawings, through images, through shapes and lines, and how to put that all together with your ideas and with your thoughts, okay? So it's taking what you think, what you feel, and putting it together in a picture that you create with all these different kinds of things like pencils and watercolors and paints, and express yourself, okay? So it's never about you having to be perfect. Please don't feel like you have to show me the most perfect thing that you can come up with, okay? So I just want you guys to give it your best effort, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Your project is the assignment is already posted in the Schoology and the Google Classroom sites. So all you have to do is read through, and it's got all the instructions kind of outlined for you. So all you have to do is read it and then take it day by day. You have till Friday to get it done. So I know it's Monday, and I know you have a lot of work. But if you need a little bit more time, just let me know. But otherwise, if you can submit it to me by Friday, that would be great. And then the next lesson will be posted again at the end of the week, okay? All right, and then, yeah, so now we're going to start. We're going to read the book. So I'm going to do the overhead camera just as soon as I get it up and running. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. He's the man who came up with this idea. All right, here we go. The Dot. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and she gave the paper a good strong jab. There! Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted a yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the red, she discovered that she could make purple dots. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please, sign it." I want you guys to think about that for a moment. Think about what just happened in that book. Now I want to show you another artist who has made a career in making dots. Her name is Yayoi Kusama. And this book is called From Here to Infinity by Sarah Suzuki and illustrated by Ellen Weinstein. I'm just going to show this to you. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want you to see. This is the story of a woman who grew up in Japan, and she was obsessed with polka dots and dots of all kinds, and she would just draw and draw, and she loved art. She saw inspiration in everything, everywhere she went, and she took her paper with her, and it says that she went outside with her ink and brushes and paper every single day. She drew things that she saw and things she imagined. She looked closely at the pebbles that lined the riverbed and at the leaves and stalks of plants, and she drew them as chains of tiny cells that looked like dots. That was just her thing. So she travels to America. I'm sure she was really scared, but she wanted to have a different experience in life. She went up to the Empire State Building, and when she looked down, she saw buses and cars and yellow taxis zooming up and down the avenues, and bankers and teachers and artists rushing to work. From up on the 86th floor, they looked like dots. So she sees dots everywhere. All of her paintings are dots. This was her thing, guys. She's in a museum and she's looking at famous artwork. Here she goes. She's got more dots, and then she starts making a little bit of a name for herself, and she becomes noticed, and she gets to put her work in a gallery. Dots everywhere. Look at her pumpkin. That even has dots. It's really cool, guys. I checked this book out of the library, and she's a real person, and you can look her up online. She's a very interesting looking woman. She's got hair that color. That's truly what she looks like. More dots. She's painting dots everywhere. Alright, so I just wanted to share this with you to show you. She did move back to Japan, and that's where she lives, and she still creates her dots from there. This is some of her real work. Now this was in 1951, 1952. She calls this the flower. Some of these are untitled. Some of them are just letters and numbers. Oh, I think there's a picture of her in the back here. I'm going to show it to you. This is also a painting. This is an actual room that she made dots all over. Now, this isn't splatter paint. This isn't like a Jackson Pollock where he was just splattering paint. This is, she purposely put these dots every place. There she is. That's a picture of her. That's really what she looks like. She's an interesting little lady. She's been making dots for 60 years. So this book, again, I got this out of the library, called Yayoi Kusama. That's her name, From Here to Infinity, by Sarah Suzuki, illustrated by Ellen Weinstein. You can check it out of the library. You can order it on Amazon if you want to have this book forever and ever and ever. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you guys, okay? So even when you don't know what to draw, even if you don't know how to start, just start by making dots on your paper. See what happens. And you know what else you guys can do if you want to try this? If you really don't know how to start this project, or you're just kind of, I don't know what to make. I want to make something, but I don't know what to do. Here's my challenge to you. Make a bunch of dots all over your paper, right? And then stop for a moment, look at your dots, and then see if any kind of images kind of jump out at you. Sometimes when we look at the sky and the stars, we start to see shapes. So this is kind of the same thing, except you're doing this on paper. So what you could do is you can start connecting those dots. Have you guys ever done a connect the dots, where it's either alphabet or number, and you go from 1, 2, 3 or ABC, and you connect it and it turns into a shape? You can make your own. Just a white piece of paper, a pen or a pencil or a crayon or a marker or whatever you've got, dot all over your paper, and then see what happens when you connect them. Or ask somebody else in your family to do a page of dots for you, or to just do 10 dots for you randomly on paper, and see if you can connect them and make them into something. Or you do that on paper and you go give it to somebody in your house and say, I'm going to challenge you to make something out of these dots. And see what happens. See what kind of silly stuff comes up, and then you can make stories up, and then you can create all kinds of interesting little scenarios and scenes, and who knows where that can go for you. So don't be afraid to just start somewhere with a little dot on a piece of paper. Okay? All right, guys, I'm here for you. You can send me an email. You can send me a chat in the classroom or the Schoology if you have any questions. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to come up with. I want to see what everybody wants to be and how they think they want to make their mark. And if you really have a hard time with that, then send me a picture of all your dots and what you turned them into. Okay? All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.